Yay.
Yay, we're back.
Woo!
So, we were midway through screwing things up, or I was. Um,
As always.
yes. uh, and yeah, I'll offer myself to be trampled on rather than our camp. Uh, Hopefully, this will be uh, somewhat effective in not giving away our position and will help in the long run.
Yeah, so you see Duke sacrifice himself to save your inventions, Appaloosa. How does that make you feel?
Um, I mean, I know Duke's powers, right? He's gonna be fine,
Yeah.
pretty much. So, I mean, he's just doing his job.
With her, he doesn't see it as I have to save her inventions, her creations. He sees it as we don't have to give away our spot and lose our camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both
I
of
ain't
us,
backing down from this challenge.
right?
So,
So it's yeah. I mean, this is his job. This is what he's here for. He's doing it. It's fine.
so you hear hooves again after the buffalo have left, and your dragonfly comes buzzing in again.
Mm-hmm.
And this time there's a sound of like wagons or a carriage or something like that. Oh, I should move so that half outside of thing.
I think this might be our target.
Reckon you're right.
Set on a fan.
I don't
think
think
so.
we did. I think perhaps hanging back and observing might be our best bet. What time of day is it, by the way?
Let's see. Morning, afternoon, or evening? Afternoon.
So, doesn't make sense from what we've heard, based on how far away they are, and the fact that we were referenced to this clearing of two trees as a reference point that they might be going to be setting up camp there or nearby, since it's kind of coming into afternoon.
It's afternoon. So, they're not gonna set up their evening camp there. You really don't know if they're gonna stop for the afternoon. That would depend on how much of the hurry they are, I guess.
We can make them set up camp. If you make some sort of a landmine thing.
Yeah. I was thinking of some kind of trap that might mess up their wagon wheel or something.
Mm-hmm. But it will have to be a bit on the way forward, because you can't just go in front of them and set up a trap.
Right.
If you have some fate points left, you can say that you've conveniently set this up ahead of time.
I do have one fate point left. I'll spend it on that. Okay. Yeah. Let's, so I signal for us all to get in position behind the blind as we wait for them to have their wagon wheel broken conveniently just outside of the field of two trees.
Let's see how inconspicuous your contraption is. Whether it just looks like a bump in the road kind of thing, or whether it's clearly somebody has tampered with it. Give me a crafts.
I am great at crafts. I will do it right now.
I also have another idea for a plan when you are finished with yours. Remind me.
Well, I rolled really bad. Damn.
Damn. So it's a good one, but with further inspection, they may find out what it is.
Well, hopefully they're traveling along quickly enough. They're not going to inspect it. And I'm out of fate points, so I can't fix that.
What if I make a contract, and which says that we are actually the people who are supposed to be leading the caravan or part of the crew, and then I would we would it would have my sign, and they would know what the sign means, so they would be convinced to let us on their caravan.
I don't get what you mean with the plan is exactly. Are you trying to deceive them into thinking that? Okay.
It's. I just get random ideas and I share them in case any of them is worthwhile, in your opinion.
So, does it look like they're... I mean, is the trap enough to cause them to stop?
Okay,
As it is?
so if you guys want to move ahead, then you hear the wheels moving, and then you hear like a snap and a fuck, and then the whole procession moves to a halt, and they seem to be looking at what's going on.
How many are they? How big is the caravan and the whole convoy thing?
So if you want to sneak up on them and spy on them, that's stealth and investigate.
Would stealthing with a mount be more difficult?
Yeah, I imagine it would.
Then I'll totally do it.
Well, what can we tell from the hide?
I imagine your hide was set up a little. Like, where did you set up your hide? Like, let me draw this out, and then you guys can tell me where you set up your hide and.
If I could, I mean, if it would help, could we retroactively have Duke roll a survival to get us the best position?
Sure.
I mean, you're the only one with
depend on that.
survivor.
We'll draw where it is based on. Let's see. Field.
Cheers, by the way. If you're having beer, because it looks like beer.
It is beer. Thank you.
What? Get away!
That's a very good idea. I think I'll have one.
Well, I am not great at this, but I'll certainly give it a shot.
Doing this.
You're like the only one.
No.
That has any survival at all, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless notice would be... Unless my higher notice would counteract that it's not survival, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, would it be possible to build up an advantage first?
For the survival, I think the survival in itself is already creating an advantage.
Okay. Here we go. Well... If it's just creating an advantage, that's enough.
So you got a decent spot. Not maybe the best one, but it's decent. So, you're not in a very disadvantageous position, but you're still gonna have to sneak up to see them. So, draw where you put the landmine in the camp, provided that they must be slightly apart.
So is this red block our blind?
The red block is the cabin.
Oh, okay. What direction are they coming from?
They are coming. Hold on, let me. They're coming from the north. The top. Yeah, let me
Okay.
do that. The road is roughly like leading like this.
Okay.
My trap is across the road just before the clearing.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So
I
the
guess
only requirement for the hut is that it must be slightly distance away from this trap, so that you have to sneak up. But for the rest, you can draw it wherever you want. I remember it was outside.
I picture it being like over here, like behind the trees or whatever.
Sure.
But because of that, we don't have a very good line of sight.
Yeah, works out.
Sure.
Okay.
So you wanted to sneak up. Go ahead and do that. Hope we didn't kill your ears.
I will sneak up
And
Or
notice. Or investigate.
and investigate. Balls.
Okay, so you're certainly very sneaky. Let's see if they notice you or not. Oh, there we go. So yeah, no, they don't give any signs of noticing you, and you can count 3 people there. There's a carriage with the traditional horse-drawn type that is shut. Outside of the carriage is a man with brown hair. A gentleman with long grey hair, and a fellow you might recognize as Mr. Blacktom.
Him again.
Well,
You can have a
It's a
fake point
mystery.
for that, by the way, if you'd like, but I'm not gonna. For that fact that Black Tom is there, of all places, coming back to haunt you.
Yeah, your favorite guy.
well, is it a compel? Or
It is, but he's still gonna be there if you say no.
I mean, that's not exactly a compel then.
yeah, let's make it into a compel by me just running away from him. And
Well, the compel is that something, that he'll be particularly vexed about, previous things, and you guys trying to cheat him out of his children.
it's a compel against the party.
Yeah, it's against you because it's your.
Yeah, but if he's salty about, us screwing him over.
Yeah, but the rest of the
it's
party doesn't have an aspect in it. It compels on an aspect.
Fair enough. Well, do I recognize that they don't see me?
They don't respond to your presence.
And, I'll just, sit there, try to be silent as the stone, and as athletic as it, and just sit in one place and hope for the best, and keep saying to myself, it's fine, you'll be fine. You survived so many times, you will survive again. Don't run away. Don't run away. Don't run away. Don't run away.
Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm.
And yeah, I will hope that they will pass and you know, screw that guy in there. I mean, the words can go through themselves. How far? Where are you? Where are the rest of you?
Probably in the hide, right?
Yeah.
Oh, which one is the hide again? This thing?
The purple thing, right?
We're like hanging out at the camp waiting for the trap to be sprung.
Yeah, so the trap was sprung. They've stopped there, and Rex Lax is spying on them right now.
This is the trap, right?
Yeah, that's the trap.
Well, I suggest that what we do is we wait for them to either set up camp or manage to repair that. If they look like they're just going to try to repair the wheel without stopping, well, mayhap we should approach. But if they take the time to set up camp, I think maybe Marin, as a fair traveler, should ask to share their fire or some such.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe if we can hear back from Rick Slacks, we can find out their numbers and go from there.
Well, that's a right good idea. Marin, what is your opinion on the matter?
Well, I'm not really sure how we should approach this situation. I just suggest that I will keep out of sight, so we should still have our backup plan. As a possibility, but if, however, you need help and do have chances of succeeding with your plan, of course I will come to aid you.
And if you don't have chances of succeeding and you need help, I'm just gonna let you, die. Right, Marin?
No, I won't let Rick Slacks die. Are you insane?
So,
but if it's Appaloosa and Duke, I mean, fuck those guys.
Yeah. Basically.
So as you're hiding there, Rick Slacks, you hear a voice like, hey, somebody tampered with the road.
Well, I will. Guess they will try looking around.
So they didn't spot you. I'm not gonna roll again for them. So they are working very hard to quickly make a makeshift wheel repair.
I want to kind of make myself roll a will to see if Rick Slack sees the reasonable thing to do, or if he just goes there and sits there and.
Sure. If you do something crazy, I'll totally give you a fate point. So let's see how that goes. Don't imagine I have any advantages. So you've got an average will.
Yeah. Well, I imagine I have the concentration to after a few minutes to get to my senses and realize that if I sit here, they will either just walk away or they will see me and then that stuff will happen. So slowly I will try to go back. Mostly caring about not being seen.
Okay. So you make it back to the hide. What do you tell everyone?
Black Tom's here. And we should not be.
What was the last part of that?
And we should not be.
Oh, well. How many were there total?
3.
Oh, that
It
is?
sounds like we got the advantage in numbers here.
Well, not sure if you do. I mean,
Are
you're
you
3 and
saying?
they're 3.
Are you saying that you're not with us in this thing?
I like how you pick up on things very quickly.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, Rick Flax, but we've got a job to do. It's as simple as that.
I mean, this guy again. What are the chances? Come on. It apparently is not a good sign that this keeps happening.
It sounds to me
Yeah.
like we need to deal with him permanent, like.
And you know this you see this small person just put his arms on his waist and say, and how do you suggest we do that, lady?
I have an idea or two.
You know what you mean.
I mean, do you need me to spell it out for you?
Dear.
So what? You just want to storm them and kick their asses?
Well, probably, but maybe we can just explain to Braden that he's fallen in with the wrong sort, and that if he wants things to go all quiet, like maybe he should take a little bit of a ride with us.
Do you think Black Tommy would just let you explain to his prisoner, especially after our last meeting? Or prisoner,
Well.
or or partner, or whatever he is. And I'm
Well,
not trying to stop the party, I'm trying to be Rick Flax.
yeah.
Hope that's clear.
Well, Black Tom steals children, so
Exactly.
I'm not inclined to show him a whole lot of mercy. And I have to say I'm kind of happy that we have another chance to end that problem, even if you're not as keen.
You can say that again.
Well, I certainly have an idea if we're gonna take a full frontal approach. Myself and this bozo of a horse I have can act as a bit of a distraction. If I turn on the flashing lights and music, I can make up quite a ruckus.
Let me relocate them.
Well, I would relocate first. Obviously, I don't want to give away the location of our blind here.
Fine. Why not?
Unless you've got a better idea.
Currently,
Well, even
not.
if I don't think if there are 3 people, maybe one of them would chase you. I don't imagine they would leave the caravan with just one person. But you know, I mean, what I'm saying is it worth it to lose one person for one of theirs? a chance. Yes.
I thought you didn't want to have to deal with them.
I was out of character.
Oh.
Sorry.
I don't know. Like, I can't think of a better idea.
Sure. No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I was just thinking aloud also.
By the sound of it, they're almost done making the repairs to the wheel.
That's fast.
Well, you guys have been talking for a while.
I suppose, but I didn't feel like... Well, anyway, well, look, we're running out of time, and if you don't got a better suggestion, then I'm just gonna do it.
Just try to deal with this guy once and for all, please, guys, please.
So, I'm gonna write
And
out...
you just walk forward slowly. Kind of
Yeah, like,
unwanted.
away from the hide and around the cabin, and, like, after I pass behind the cabin, I'm gonna put on full party mode. Yeah, and then ride up to the road. And then, not along the road, but, like, parallel to the road. Go past them, and then maybe make a big circle around.
Okay.
But,
so you're
yeah.
entering the field. Give me a will.
I'm mostly cutting across the field, but yeah, I guess I do cross it a little bit. Where'd my character sheet go? Boom.
Did they realize that the weird thing was because of the field or tree or whatever? Did they pinpoint why they felt, some whatever?
I imagine they would have figured it out.
Mm-hmm. I think if anything, it would be maybe I didn't realize when I cut across that I was that the part I was crossing was part of the field still, and I was like, oops.
Oops.
Yeah.
You feel this same ominous feeling, but you're okay.
Okay.
You think? So you've got the whole party mode on, and immediately you hear bustling ahead. Give me a notice roll.
Okay, I'm good at that. Bam.
Indeed.
Cool.
Can I look?
You can look again, yeah. So,
Mhm.
Kelsa,
Mm-hmm.
you... Yeah, my bad. Appaloosa.
Yes.
You notice, just like a slight movement of the brush head, and suddenly there's this woman standing there.
A woman?
Yes. Let's see. You would recognize her. You were in Lake Town as well. This woman is called Temperance. She's a famous gambler.
Hmm.
And she, might or might not have gambled Rixlax out of his Cobble Star some point in the past.
I might or might not have gambled it back.
Oh, right. Okay.
Lies. That never happened.
And she's with the group that's or
yeah,
is she separate from
like
them?
one moment she moved like a blur, and then the next moment you saw her standing there slightly perplexed.
So like she just appeared out of nowhere and she's somewhat confused about it?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I don't really have a way to... Well, I mean...
What What do you want to do? Would you want to do?
I want to get a message to my party, but also I don't want to let these guys know where they're at.
You could have, decided
I was
on
gonna
a rough code.
I was gonna say, can I have like
honk my horn when I'm in trouble or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Like,
mechanical.
I hit a button and suddenly it goes from just regular music to like La Cucaracha, like, which is a signal for there's something is not right. Warning.
Doesn't
Like,
say warning.
approach with caution.
So, when Rixlax described the people being there, he did not describe a woman, just 3 men.
Right, yeah, no, there's definitely something weird. What I want to have is like, a little, like, I mean, this might be pushing it, but whatever. I'm gonna ask for it anyway. Like a small flying like phonograph recorder player. I can record a short message and then have it fly over to them and play it.
I mean, you can make things that shouldn't be able to exist, so I'm sure you could give it a try. It'd be tough, like the thing, but if you roll a 6 or so, you can make it.
I'm gonna try.
You'd have to spend a fate point to have retroactively made it.
I'm out of fate points, so that's not gonna work. Never mind.
Oh dear.
Okay, well then, I blast the signal for there's something weird going on, situation not as described. But I can't give you any more detail than
Okay.
that.
So,
So Duke just comes charging in. Appaloosa!
yeah, I mean, totally is. I think before I go,
like the Mayday. This
yeah.
is like the something's off.
So
So
would we as a group have like a pair of manacles or something like that?
You're the wardens. I'm sure you'd have constraints.
Okay. So I will say, Marin, if you need to infiltrate separately, again, I still don't like the idea, but you can sell it with those. I'm going to go try and keep this situation from getting too far out of hand. And I'll come riding in. No attempt at stealth, just trying to get there as quickly as possible.
I'm following Duke. He's my best chance of survival here.
Follow the big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good at attracting bullets, and thus drawing them away from other people.
And even if, I don't know how Duke would react, but when you saddle and go, Reflex is hurrying to basically to not lose you, but it might seem like he's eager to go as well. Because he's so fast and everything.
Always by your side, such a loyal fellow.
Yeah, well, good of you to man up.
You see him almost panic when he is threatened to get left behind. Get an easy man up. So, when Duke and Rixlax show up, immediately they take up strategic positions around the carriage, and the fellow with the grey hair says, "Good evening."
You must be Brayden, right?
I might be.
Well, I know what this looks like, and it ain't as bad as all that. It's just that.
Still going on in the background.
I'm afraid you may have fallen in with some bad company there. I'm sure that you've heard a thing or two about your traveling companion, Black Tom. He's been kidnapping children, and I know that there may or may not be some extenuating circumstances, but it's a problem. It's a problem that I'm going to have to deal with.
He says in a deep voice, "Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine."
Well, I'm sure you are.
You see Black Tom whisper something in the ear of the grey fellow, and yeah, he smiles and looks like straight at Rick Slacks and says, "Rick Slacks, is it?"
Is that
The grey fellow.
yeah.
Such a pleasure to meet you. I've heard so much about you from my friend over here.
I'm sure. Poison.
I'm not afraid of this guy. Well,
And let me see. And I have met Temperance before, right? Or wrong?
Yeah.
Was that whole thing dealt with before I even arrived?
Oh yeah, that was dealt with before you arrived, but you might know her by reputation.
Okay. Would that be a roll to know if I...
To know that she's Temperance, you can just look at her and be like, "Hey, you look like the woman."
are there still 3 men on the...
Yes, there's Black Tom, the fellow with the grey hair, and a guy with brown hair. If anyone of you want, you can make a notice roll.
I like noticing things.
Yeah, sure, why
Me too.
not?
Sure.
Because I'm far off.
Boom.
Well,
I'm really good at noticing things. Wow.
you can tell me what you do in the meantime, Marin, while they're busy noticing things.
I'll keep quiet, very quiet.
I want to make a empathy roll on this.
And I
Okay.
noticed something. Apparently.
I'm sure whatever it is, it's fine. Oh.
It was me, sorry. I clicked my back button on the mouse.
Oh.
So Duke didn't notice anything. Appaloosa and Marin did.
Mm-hmm. I noticed all the things.
So you see that the fellow with the grey hair makes a gesture behind his back, and the guy with the brown hair is slowly inching his hand towards his weapon.
I don't like that.
No, I thought you'd be delighted.
I want to run him down.
Sure.
I don't have a gun, so the guy that's inching his hand towards his weapon, I'm gonna just charge up on horseback and like Schnick arm blade pops out and I'm gonna try to gank him. Let's bite.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Well, this is all going swimmingly.
Certainly. As you like ride forwards, like they all pull their weapons and see a few wild animals head your way, called upon by Black Tom. I guess you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't have seen him before, but you know, Rex Lax and Duke would recognize that these are Black Tom's creatures. And yeah, they ride forward. So somebody who would want to leave like at a reasonable time. This could be a great cliffhanger to stop at. But we could also continue, but then it's probably gonna go on for a while still.
I'm
Yeah.
good either way.
I have to finish my statistics homework today, so
Oh, that's always fun.
I was
Yeah, endlessly entertaining.
I've been okay with it, but now that you say it will take a while longer, I think I just might take the exit here.
I imagine if a big fight with or without negotiations and whatever is gonna start, I imagine that it's gonna take a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to just go ahead and wrap up?
Yeah, let's do that then. We see like the people grabbing their guns and Appaloosa riding forwards on her mechanical horse, wind in her hair, and then the scene blacks out, and it's like we'll see you again after the break. Please buy some snacks from the.
Continue. That was the worst. Not the worst, but when I was watching cartoons as a kid, that was the worst thing I could see. Just to be continued. I hated that.
No!
It's over, no!
So, skill points. Marin, do you
Yes.
drive the story forwards?
A little bit.
When did you drive the story forwards?
When I got the information where Brandon is and what the fort is and where it is.
Well, that's getting the information. That's not exactly driving the story forward, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think I'll have to agree with Mitko. You didn't create story so much as just play the game. I feel.
Sure, then whatever.
Brad, you less.
I don't think that I did less. I think it was about the same right there. So I think no skill point for me. Much as I like them.
Elsa, what was your goal again? To use that great skill of yours?
Yes.
Your power?
Yeah, most of the time it wasn't my idea, but I think, and the one time, like, I was like, I've got a really cool idea, and I was like, alright, it's gonna cost you a fate point, and I'm like, I'm out of fate points.
Well, I think if even, like, it doesn't have to go through, the main idea is that you ask, like, hey, can I do this right now, and then, we can figure out, like, it's, the fact that you took initiative, I think, counts.
Yeah, I mean, if it was about creating stuff with your stunt to build mechanical devices, I think that totally kicked in. Like,
cool.
You both did it,
I'll
and
take it.
there's, you want to do more of it, but we're out of skill points or out of fate points. But we're trying.
How about you, Dimi?
Well, I was probably going to use the fight as to to look forward to look for that what I set out to do. Set out to do. I mean, I was thinking about it as a player, not as a character, but I don't think I was like covered my initial goal. But I'm getting there. Next time I'll probably do it.
Good job. Okay. I think we're done then.
All right. Well,
All right.
Thank you guys. Hassa, thanks so much for running. And Jibs Plays Games, thank you so much for checking out the channel. I hope you had a good time. Anybody who watched this and enjoyed it, and if you haven't already hit follow, please do so you'll know when I go live again. Kelsa, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on the internet on twitter.com/Kelsa or on Twitch, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. And I also appear on other people's shows, obviously this one, every Wednesday. And on Friday nights, I'm usually on AP Gaming Reels, Mistborn RPG. Mistborn Adventure. Gotta stay on brand. Where I play a terrible, horrible, backstabbing, conniving noblewoman who may or may not have.
Be a lot of fun.
It is actually. However, this week I actually am performing in like a live performance in a theater, so I won't be there, and instead they're going to be running Mistborn, Alloy of Law, which is set into the future of the fantasy world, which makes it kind of steampunk with magic. So if you like this, you might like that on Friday night, even though I won't be there. I should give them a shout out because I wish I could be there, but I have other obligations. So
And Alloy has some a little bit of a Western vibe too, doesn't it?
it sure does. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So they stole our ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
Arthur.
Brandon Sanderson. So yeah, that is going to be really cool. Basically, we're putting up a side campaign that takes place 300 years in the future from the campaign that we've been running. With any time that a player can't be there for the main campaign, and of course, I, as one of the people most excited about that prospect, am the first person to miss a game. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's a pretty cool idea to have a side campaign for when people are missing.
I read
Yeah.
this thing for because I wanted to look up ideas for that. I came across a website. I didn't know where it was anymore, but there was this blog or something, and they suggested that you have the players play out NPCs. So like some like the two mooks in the enemy.
Or the three people we care about.
Well, they probably wouldn't play out the really major characters because you don't want to give everything away. But they could like something that sounds really cool is like play like I don't know the Bob and Jim, the two general mooks with the army who don't really want to be there or whatever. They have their own ideas, and then they wouldn't be the major characters. They wouldn't know, but then later when you run into them in a fight, you have this kind of like attachment to them. So something like that like, sounds really cool to do. So we should totally do that if a lot of people are missing or something at some point.
Good work.
That'd be pretty fun.
Or people are missing who are vital to the next part of the story or something like that.
Yeah. And there's always microscope, but I think I default to that too much. Like, at least lately. I love it. It's great for world building, but there's a lot of games out there and a lot of things that we could do.
I would love to play Fiasco at some point.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I've never
that'd be
played
cool.
that, and
I
would
have
love to
never
try
played
that.
it. I've heard so much about like how awesome it is and how it's like a GM-less game and whatever, and like it sounds really cool, but I've never actually played it.
I have played it, and it is a lot of fun, so I could highly recommend it.
All right. Well, I'll definitely look into picking up a copy and maybe a couple of playsets. So, thanks again, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and host us over to Encounter Roleplay in just a moment. I did want to say, in terms of stuff coming up on the channel, there's going to be there'll be the regular Taking Waterdeep on Saturday night, and then on Sunday at 4 there'll be Funkadelic Frankenstein, which is 70s monster exploitation, sort of like, so 70. It's the setting is sort of 70s exploitation film, only with Hollywood monsters. And we played one session of that, and it was a blast. And there may be a couple other things, like I might be on Swargula's channel earlier on Saturday. I think there's a pretty good chance of that, but I don't know for sure yet. And I'll probably be running Eshkatan at some point. At this point, it's probably more likely Sunday morning than Monday, because I think the only person who said that they could make Monday was you, Kelsa.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Much as I would like to do that, then running for one probably wouldn't be ideal. But I'll definitely update the schedule as soon as I have a clearer idea, and I'll be in touch. So I guess that's it. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you. And to everyone else.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.